The following program contains disturbing materials that may not be suitable for some resellers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Promoted listings advanced. I wanted to talk to you about that today because there's some new changes that eBay is making to the program. And all along, I didn't know that this wasn't even a thing. And I'll get to that here in a second. But it makes me kind of just want to look at other ways to try to get my items in front of more buyers, because I'm not all that satisfied. Well, my sales haven't been bad. I'm not all that satisfied with the sales that I'm dealing with right now. And there's always more room for improvement. So how do you go about doing that? With the kind of items that I'm sourcing, I don't see any opportunities, at least that's right in front of me, where I'm going to get a lot of really great things to sell. And you have multiple different tiers on, anywhere from just trash to really good stuff. And I'm kind of in the middle there with what I'm able to find. So, and that's kind of fine. I've been there all of last year, 2023. I didn't have the greatest things, and I found a way to make it work. I utilized promoted listing standard. And the question that I have is that enough? Is that enough to just hang your hat on promoted listing standard when there's other programs here, such as promoted listings advanced, where eBay is, constantly tweaking things and making changes? And what I want to kind of openly just talk about, this is just me going through what I'm seeing for the first time and just trying to figure it out. And instead of doing that on my own, I thought I'd just turn the camera on and have you guys come along for the ride. So this is not one of those videos where I'm going to be able to have all the answers. In fact, I'm counting from your participation down below in the comments to help me kind of decipher what I'm looking at. So I'm going to present the screen here, and I want to kind of go over what I'm seeing here in my dashboard. So everyone has a advertising dashboard. You go into your seller hub under marketing, and you do the drop down to where it says advertising dashboard, and you'll get a screen that looks like this. Now there's some blue bullet points, and this is kind of talking about all the different things that you can do, offsite ads, standard, advanced, and even a fairly new feature that's in beta called promoted display, which we won't talk about today. That's more along the lines of promoting a store instead of individual listings. But I digress on that. What I want to focus on is a second bullet point that says, starting February 22nd, 2024, your manual promoted listings advanced campaigns will have more visibility across eBay. Promoted listings advanced. Grow your business and drive sales with priority access to placements across eBay. And a lot of this is old news. I mean, promoted listings advanced has been here for at least a good, 2.5 years or so. And we know promoted listings advanced is a cost per click advertising solution that provides priority access to placements across eBay to help you grow your business and get more sales. With advanced campaign management options like targeting and budgeting controls, sellers have seen 50% more sales when using it to promote their items. Now, of course, this is eBay's own sourcing, so be careful. Take that with a grain of salt. Now, of course, they say the key benefits: powerful results, you're in control, insightful reporting. Getting started, we kind of talked about that. And then the best practices, I'll just go over this real fast. You can utilize this program, Promoted Listings Advanced, to widen your reach with more keywords. So in manual promoted listing advanced campaigns include at least 10 to 15 keywords per listing to increase the chances of buyers seeing your listings. So you can basically, you're bidding on keywords. So let's say you're selling shoes. So you can maybe bid a certain amount, or say, I want to spend this amount for, let's say, tennis shoes, just random, right? You could do a lot of different combinations, and you can utilize both phrase and broad match types, as well as negative keywords when you'd like to exclude specific terms. So now this term negative keywords, if anyone can tell me what that means down below in the comments, I'd certainly appreciate it. It's a concept that I haven't been able to grasp in how it's utilized. I kind of have an idea, but I don't have enough to really be able to try to explain here on this video. So if you can help me with that, I'd certainly appreciate it. You can set your campaign end dates to continuous, but guys, if you're going to utilize a program like this, because, and I'll kind of give you my thoughts on it here in a minute, but if you're going to utilize a program like this on a trial basis, don't do this. Set it for a week or two, see what the results look like before you decide, this is for me. Promote items with high inventory. So this is kind of along the lines of what I have always thought that Promoted Listings Advanced was utilized for, and that is multi-quantity listings where you have a lot of that one item. And or the other thing I was sort of thinking about is if I have an item that's over $100, that's the number that I put out, just $100 or higher, something that's a high end, high ASP, and it really is not moved. And you have listed it, utilized standard promoted listings, it hasn't sold. And so instead of lowering your price, you're maybe utilizing an ad campaign like that. So something I'll talk about here in just a second, but a couple other features: refer to suggested bids and keywords. So for manual promoted listing campaigns or advanced campaigns, look at the suggested bids and keywords provided by eBay to help determine the settings of your campaign and stay competitive. So eBay will provide some possible keywords that you can utilize and pay for if you choose. They have reporting, and then you can organize your listings by subcategory. And then, you can learn more, visit the eBay help page. But I just wanted to kind of show that to you guys and hopefully get your opinion on it down below. So my thoughts are, I thought we were getting a lot more with Promoted Listings Advanced than we obviously were, because eBay is adding some of these visibility features to these campaigns on the 22nd of February. And so for those of you who are already utilizing Promoted Listings Advanced, then that's what you can expect. I believe it was Tommy Bernard. He said something to the effect, at least once, maybe more than once on the lives, that your top 20 search impressions, if you're ever looking at your traffic reports, that there's a handful of those that are reserved for just Promoted Listings Advanced listings. And this could help give you more boost for promoted listings in the top 20 search impressions if you use this tool. Now, wanted to say one thing. I am not making this video because I'm a shill for eBay. Real quick, before you start typing that down below, I just want you guys to know that the way I look at it is these are all tools that eBay provides us sellers. And it's really up to us to kind of figure it out. Yeah, eBay gives us little outlines like I read to you, but it still becomes clear as mud if you've never done campaigns, keyword campaigns before, and many of you have not. And I know many of you are going to have questions about this program, and I'll be able to try to answer the ones that I can. But for me, it's still a learning process. That's why I'm kind of taking you on this journey where I'm kind of, instead of talking to myself, you're here with me. And I want to try to figure it out. I want to see, is this a tool that I can use for certain items going forward? Now, is this a solution for your entire store? No, I don't think it is at all, at least for most people. I'm going to find multi-quantity listings. I found that I have like 30 brand new pairs of roller skates. Weather is going to start getting better here pretty soon. And what better way to maybe test this program out than to apply it towards this multi-quantity listing. Some of you guys would be just fine using Promoted Listing Standard, and others would be just fine doing absolutely nothing to your listings, not utilizing Promoted Listing Standard, not the advanced that we've been talking about here, and the offsite ads, just totally ignoring that. It all boils down to this. It's like when you drive down the highway and you look out to your right and you see a big billboard, maybe for Pepsi or Coke. Why do they do that? Well, because they want brand recognition, but also it's a way to help compete with the competition. If Pepsi never advertised, they wouldn't have near the market share that they have now. Of course, Coke is ahead of Pepsi, but the gap would be a lot bigger between Coke and Pepsi, if that makes sense. And when it pertains to eBay, you have competition. Many of you guys do. I think most eBay sellers can say that they have competition on some level, unless you're selling a one-off item. And if you're selling a one-off item, you probably should have clicked off this video a long time ago. But for the rest of us who have competition, you need to evaluate who you're up against, how many listings you're up against, where are your ads showing currently in best match search. And it's not enough to search for your own listings. It's a good idea to have someone maybe even across the country, if you know someone that can maybe look up some of your listings, just to give you an idea where you're coming up in search for just the average Joe. And then utilize the different tools. Promoted listings standard, promoted listings advanced, like we're talking about. And I would stay away from off-site ads for now, but that's just me from what I was told. So I'm going to stay away from that. But that doesn't mean I can't try to utilize promoted listings advanced for at least a handful of my listings. You're talking about 220 listings that I have in my store. I probably could utilize this for anywhere between 10 and 20 listings. And if I set an ad budget, I don't know exactly how much, but I downgraded my store as compared to last year. I'm paying like $40 less for my store because I had the 10,000 item store last year, and I didn't need to have a store that big. So I figure I can take that $40 a month and try to utilize it towards different things to promote certain items. And just maybe that will make a difference and help me move some of the items that just aren't moving that I thought would have moved a while ago. But each and every business owner has to look at it as an expense to run your business. Of course, no one wants to give money to eBay. And that's not what I'm really advocating. I'm just advocating for you to think about what you're selling and to see if this is something that you can use to maybe utilize the traffic better, or maybe get more sales. This is something you're going to have to figure out. I can't figure it out for you, but I just thought I'd put it out there to start the discussion, continue the discussion down below. But figuring out if this tool, Promoted Listings Advanced, even with the changes they're making here in the next 2 weeks, is something that's going to benefit you or your business, well, that's yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. And Google thinks you're going to like one of these videos, so check them out. And in the meantime, have an excellent rest of your day. Take care, everyone.